All right, it's going to be my first video with my new mat here, oversized computer mouse pad that my wife made and had, designed and also had made and sent. So, pretty excited about that. I am just going to be doing a 90 91 Skybox. So, I don't think we're going to find much in here. This is pretty much just let's remember some guys that you've heard of over the years. So I couldn't tell you what's in here or who. I haven't looked at the checklist. I know it was awfully cheap, so that tells me that there really isn't anybody worth a darn in here. So nonetheless, it should be kind of a fun little trip down memory lane. So got David Robinson and looks like the Dream on the cover. Holy cow, there's a lot of cards. I forgot about how many cards there are in these packs. Wow. Oh man, I don't know if we'll get through all of this or what. Oh my god, there's so many. Ugh. So, well, we'll just get started. So, inaugural edition, it says. I don't know what that means, but I guess, well, I know what inaugural means, but maybe this is the first year. So, all right, just making sure I got my setup here. We got a Sixers Uwe Blab. Anyone remember that guy? I do not remember that guy. U Blab. James Donaldson, Mark Eaton, Rick Mahorn. Remember him? Jim Peterson. Huh. The Jim Peterson? I think he's it's Timberwolves announcer. So Mike Brown, Jazz, Adrian Caldwell, Mark Jackson, Scottie Pippen, still that again, Greg Anderson, B.J. Armstrong, Sidney Lowe, Antoine Carr, Dale Ellis, remember him. And we started with Derek Smith. So, this is a bunch. We're going to have to Never Nervous Purvis. Of course, everybody remembers him. Oh, Sean Kemp. Nice. That is second year. Glenn Rice. Remember him in college. Just unbelievable. So, never really put together the pro career, but LaSalle Thompson. These cards are different. They're not even on the court. Must have been the shtick there with the Skybox. I mean, it's like they kind of photoshopped or whatever, for lack of a better word, like a weird background. So Michael Cooper, Clyde Drexler. The ball is got some it's like lines behind there. So Joe Barry Carroll, Kelly Tripucka, Kevin Willis. He hung around for a while. Gary Grant, Kevin Duckworth, Terry Davis, Buck Williams, Dave Hoppin, Mark Akers. Started with Purvis. That was not a pack that had many guys that I remembered. Jerome Kersey, do remember him. Tellis Frank. James Worthy, there we go. Got a Laker. Bill Cartwright, Michael Ainsley, Will Perdue, dunking. Purvis Short, kind of sounds familiar. Scott Brooks, coaching the Wizards, I think still. Or did he maybe got fired, I don't remember. Eddie Johnson, Zorko Paspali. Geez, the Spurs had hard to pronounce guys even in the 90-91 season. Herb Williams, Chris Mullen. Oh, here we got a checklist. Nice. I'll keep that around. Mike Schmurick. Boy, how many cards there are. I would think I can maybe get a complete set of this sucker. Eric Johnson and Jerome Kersey. started with. Ooh, look at that Manute Bull. Nice. Oh, he's just so leggy, the short shorts. And just 7'7", 225. Oh my god. Oh, Thurl Bailey. That's quite a name. Anthony Bowie. Anthony Bowie. Sam Bowie was the guy drafted in front of Jordan, but Jack Sigma boxing out nobody. J.R. Reed, Billy Thompson, Michael Williams. I wonder how many Michael Williams have played in the NBA. Seems like a lot. Let's see. Here we go. Todd Murphy with 1D for the Timberwolves. Huh. I've always thought the extra D on Todd was kind of superfluous, but Vinny Del Negro, Kings, before he became a Spur. Steve Johnson, Kiki Vandeweghe, Vern Fleming, Charles Jones. Oh, David Robinson. Nice. So Walter Davis, Manute Bull. Byron Irving, Sherman Douglas, I do remember him. Alvin Robertson. Alvin Robertson had a quadruple double, 6'4", 190. Quadruple double. I think he did it with steals. John Paxton, Nick Anderson, John Williams, Pete Myers. Look at that, full knee pads. Nice. Ron Anderson, Jeff Hornacek, Johnny Moore, Randy White. Hey, there we go. Kevin McHale, my son, named after him, kind of. Spelled different, but McHale. I put an A in there, so otherwise, yes. So, another checklist here. Sarunas, Marshallonis, Bobby Hansen. I remember. All right, we're plowing through these. I feel like I haven't even made a dent in how many I must have went through 4 or 5 packs already. I feel like there's just so many cards in this one box. Oh my gosh. Eddie Lee Wilkins, Rod Higgins, Robert Reed, Karl Malone, Mailman. Oh, look at that on the back. He's riding a horse and getting filmed, apparently. So that's different. Some of these on the back are actually kind of cooler than the front. So Bill Hanslick, Jim Paxton, Celtic. Yeah, I don't really remember him, so kind of do, I guess, but not particularly. Hopefully we'll get a Larry Bird. That would kind of make my day, at least. So, John Battle, I think. Was this Bird's last year? I have to look back. I think so. Maybe not. Winston Garland, Mark West, Michael Thompson. Michael Thompson was a Gopher, #1 overall pick. Kind of like to personal collect the Gophers. Akeem Olajuwon. Interesting. Akeem, not Hakeem. Huh. That's different. I don't remember that, I guess. Anthony Webb. Spud Webb. We would know him as. There on the back it says Spud, but interesting. Front is Anthony Webb. Kenny Walker. Harvey Grant. Harvey Grant had a twin. Horace Grant, of course. Roy Hinton. Yeah, back to the start. Oh my gosh. There, so no inserts. I think I did see, like, if there's anything that's worth anything at some of these, there's inserts in these. But Darrell Walker, Chris Morris, Sam Vincent, Greg Grant, Caldwell Jones. Caldwell Jones. Sounds like a law firm, doesn't it? Caldwell Jones and Wennington, Bill Wennington. Xavier McDaniel, X-Man, another checklist. Scott Hastings, Daryl Griffith, Vernon Maxwell, Dan Shays, Reggie Theus. Reggie Theus. I think, didn't he become an actor or something? Jay Humphreys. Look at that Bucks logo. It's the old like little deer. They've come a long ways. Dave Hoppin, that's the second Dave Hoppin. Oh, maybe that was a do-over in the pack there. Alright, so just 2 Celtics so far. We only have Jim Paxton and McHale, Ricky Green, Tim Hardaway, Dominique Wilkins, Brad Lowhouse, Iowa guy, if I recall. I think I kind of remember watching him in college, actually. Brad Lowhouse. So, Bill Cartwright. And they're going to spin him around on me again. Paul Presley. I think his son played for the Celtics. Phil Presley. Drazen Petrovic. Oh. Drazen. Rod Strickland. Lafayette Lever. Fat on the back. Fat Lever. 6'3", 175. Not very fat. Otis Thorpe. Del Curry. Steph's. Hey, there's our first Jordan. So nice. Got a Jordan. He's golfing on the back. You gotta love it. So that is pretty cool. So let's see. Jordan in the 89-90 season averaged 33.6 points per game, and at that point in his NBA career, he was averaging 32.8. That is pretty remarkable. Chucky Brown, Michael Smith. I do remember this guy. That's a Celtic. This is kind of right at the end of their real good runs, and everyone was aging pretty good, but I do remember Michael Smith. Cliff Livingston, Ricky Green, we started with. Theodore Edwards. Hey, there we go. Robert Parrish. The Chief. Robert Parrish. 7 foot. Man, he played for a long time, didn't he? A lot of seasons. Ed Neely. Nice. Another Celtic. Brian Shaw. He was kind of a... look at that. 89-90 season. Played in Italy, it says. I don't remember that. I mean, obviously I wouldn't remember that, but I thought he was always kind of in the league. One of those guys who switched from the Celtics to the Lakers. Rick Fox did it later, too. Sam Mitchell, Timberwolf, and coach. Greg Kite, Danny Ferry, wearing the suit and tie. Ferry, you remember, got in a little trouble. Played in Italy during the 89-90 season. Was that a lockout year? Maybe that's what it was. So, Rory Sparrow, Dwayne Farrell, John Spider Sally, Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson, I think, was the mayor of Sacramento, and I think his wife got into some trouble for embezzling from a charter school. So Gerald Henderson, Brad Doherty, Dennis Johnson, nice. Now there's a steal by Bird, lays it off to DJ, up and in. One of my favorite sports memories at 87 Eastern Conference Finals, Ron Harper. Went on to lose that finals to the Lakers. I think McHale got injured and just couldn't overcome it. Armin Gillum, Alexander Volkov, 6'10", 218. God, guys were skinny. Tom Garrick, Wayne Cooper, Orlando Woolridge, Terry Porter, Richard Anderson, Gerald Wilkins, Tom Hammonds, Dennis Hobson, Horace Grant, Jeff Turner, Sean Elliott, Roy Tarpley, Tom Chambers. I do remember one of the... they came and played the Timberwolves in the Sioux Falls Arena, and I remember Tom Chambers dunking, and he could get up. He was tall, but he's a pretty good jumper nonetheless. So, pretty exciting dunk for a young me. Larry Smith, Rockets. Are they really? Is that him getting dunked on by Vlade Divac? That's the picture. And then you got Olajuwon, of course, in the background. Interesting. Bill Laimbeer, Isaiah Thomas, Zeke, kind of an underrated player. Larry Kristravix, John Paxton. Let's see, where are we? Tony Campbell, Timberwolf. Tony Campbell had, I believe, the all-time scoring record for the longest time until, what was his name? Michael Williams, maybe? Or I can't remember. Kind of a journeyman guard, I think, broke it. Cliff Robinson, David Wingate, Todd Lichty, Mitchell Wiggins. Mitchell Wiggins, is that Andrew Wiggins' dad? I think he played ball, but maybe. Ken Norman, Dennis Rodman. Oh, with Bird boxing him out. Nice. So, I'll count that as I'm going to hang on to that one. So, still don't have a Bird. Tyrone Bogues, Glenn Rivers, Doc Rivers, of course. Probably says it on the back, yeah. Doc. Larry Smith. Otis Smith, Bob Thornton, Frank Brickowski. Look at that name. Look at that Brickowski. He looks like a Brickowski, doesn't he? Anthony Jones, Terry Cummings. Another checklist. We got a Reggie Lewis out there still too. We don't have that one yet. William Bedford. Sounds like a Southern General or something. William Bedford Forrest. Michael Adams, Eric Floyd, Derek Harper, Chuck Person, the rifleman, Ben Coleman, another Spud Webb, and Randy Brewer, Timberwolves, Michael Thompson guarding him. They would have played together at University of Minnesota, so I don't know if they would have overlapped or not, but they both went there. Randy Allen, Worthy trying to defend him. And we started with Otis Smith. It's the stack we got so far. I don't even think halfway. Plus I've been pulling a few aside for various collections. Fred Roberts, Danny Young, Dana Barros, Supersonics. Dana Barros, one of my favorite little Celtics when he came over. He could light it up quick. Blair Rasmussen, Rick Smits. How tall was Rick Smits? 7'4", 250. Winston Bennett, Earvin Johnson, Magic Johnson, 89-90. Averaged that year 22.3 points. 11.5 assists, 6.6 rebounds, and it says 1.6 ladies per night. Oh, whoops. All right, Steve Kerr, Brian Rossum, Kenny Smith, Mike Sanders, Mike McGee, Larry Drew. Oh, Larry Drew, the coach. Coach Baylor for a while. Is that the right same guy? I may be mistaken him. Bernard King, Michael Holton, Fred Roberts, Danny Young. Back to Dana Barros. So, got a Johnson, got a Jordan, got a Pippen. Still no Larry Joe Bird yet, though. Nor is there Reggie Lewis. George McLeod, Andrew Yang, Joe Wolf, Orlando Blackman, John Long, Maurice Cheeks, Eric Lechner, Mookie Blaylock. Mookie. Nice. Terry Catledge, Leonard Copeland, Harold Presley, Paul Mokeski, Charles Barkley. Nice. Rex Chapman of the famous Blocker Charge Twitter account. Jerome Lane, George McLeod, Andrew Lang. Did we go through these? Yep. Another checklist. So, James Edwards, Jeff Sanders, Buck Johnson, Alex English, John Stockton. John Stockton that year. 17.2 points, 14.5 assists, 2.7 steals, almost equally as impressive. On the career at that point, 10.4. So that was actually one of his better seasons. Yeah, that was 10.4 assists up till then. Jeff Grayer, Richard Anderson, Charles Smith, Danny Ainge with the Kings. So this, 89-90, that would have been after his Celtics years. And I remember Trader Danny, as they call him, when he's as GM now, he had said, talking with Red Auerbach, and he said, he probably should have traded Bird and McHale. I think they had an opportunity to trade McHale one year. Joe Klein. Nice Celtic. But he wouldn't do it. He was too loyal. Byron Scott. And how that was really set the franchise back, though. But Ronnie Cycli. And started with James Edwards. So that was proof. There was Ainge as a Sacramento King when they were absolute garbage. I don't remember what they would have received for the Kings. Probably nothing. I mean, too much back, but Ainge also got has a MLB card. Not too many guys that have both a basketball and baseball card. So Darren Nix, Dan Marley, Thunder Dan. He's coaching like Grand Canyon University or something. Vlade Divac, Joe Dumars, Brian Shaw again, Stuart Gray, Delaney Rood, Sam Bowie. There's the Mr. drafted in front of Jordan. So let's take a look. Career at that point, 11.9 points, 8.8 boards. He did have a good season that year, 10.1. Average a double-double, 89-90. So, I got something out of it. Dave Corzoni, Johnny Dawkins, Ralph Sampson, John Morton. There he is. There's the man, finally. Larry Joe Bird. Larry Bird. 89-90 season. 24.3 points, 9.5 boards, 7.5 assists. That was a little bit down off the career. His NBA career at that point, he shot 50% from the field, 88.4 from free throw land, averaged 10.1 boards. So this is amazing. He only played 13 seasons, and one of those he played 6 games, I think, and one of them he played like 40 games his last season. So it's just kind of hard to believe you pack all that in such a short amount of time when you think about guys now like LeBron's in like his 17th season already or somebody like that, but just didn't have the medical careers. Quentin Daly, Craig Hodges, Ed Pickney, or the medical knowledge, I should say. Kevin Edwards, Ricky Pierce, Wayne Rollins, Tree Rollins, yep. Tree Rollins, one of the last player coaches with this is with the Cavs, but nice Barkley in the background. They used to do that a lot to try to make cards more collectible or more, put a famous person in the background. In fact, Upper Deck still has exclusive rights with Jordan, Kevin Gamble, Celtics, and Panini tried it with somebody, I don't remember who, and they put Jordan in the background and they're getting sued. Benoit Benjamin, Kurt Rambis, God, he was ugly. Look at that guy. I mean, just wow. Just to think he had an NBA career looking like that. Mark McNamara. Went to college with a Mark McNamara. So Reggie Miller, Pacers. Good season that year. From the field, 51%. 24.6 points. Pretty good. B.J. Armstrong, Trent Tucker, Minneapolis guy, Gopher. He is the athletic director, I think, for the whole Minneapolis school system. Lydell Eccles, Johnny Newman, Mark Allaire, Lester Connor, Sidney Green, Mike Jiminski, Wayman Tisdale, Steve Alford. Steve Alford, yeah, I kind of forgot about him. Wonder where he's. Maybe he's not coaching, I suppose, now. I don't know. It's been a while. Hoosier, coached Iowa, got New Mexico back to the decency, and then UCLA hired him and just didn't work out. Maybe he still got bought out or something. Mark Price, Vinnie Johnson, Dale Threet, that's a guy I do remember. Kelvin Upshaw, Mark Bryant, Mitch Richmond. Mitch Richmond, a lot of guys kick around is that is in the Hall of Fame, but probably doesn't deserve it. So at that point, his career of 22 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Yeah, I don't know if that was at the beginning, middle, or end, to be quite honest, but I don't think he probably had the numbers. John Sudvald, I don't think we got through those already. Come on, sucker. So, I know I still need a Reggie Lewis, Brad Doherty, Dennis Johnson, nice dupes, but oh well. Ron Harper, Byron Irving, Sherman Douglas, Alvin Robinson, John Paxton, Nick Anderson. So this is, I'm really starting. It was getting a lot of kind of individuals that I hadn't seen. Now I'm starting to really get a lot of, we've seen these cards before. So, ooh, Kevin McHale, nice. Again. And I think that's the same one, yeah. Oh, All-Star in the back there, McHale. Nice. Maybe I'll put this in the top loader. Put it in my son's room for him on the wall or something. Or let him play with it. Break it. That came nice and good thing that wasn't like a good card. Just the bottom's all dinged up. Michael Horton, Johnny Newman. Yeah, I think we're definitely seeing a lot of the same guys over and over. Wayman Tisdale. There's another Steve Alford. Malone, Mark Price, Vinnie Johnson, Still Threet, Kelvin Upshaw, Mark Bryant. I think these are even in the same order. So, Nate McMillan, Terry Teagle, Sam Perkins, Charles Oakley. So this is a different pack. We haven't seen these. Scott Hafner, John Long. Or at least all of them. I think I caught another Celtic there. Paul Presley, Petrovich, Rod Strickland, Lafayette Lieber, Otis Thorpe, Del Curry, another Jordan, Chucky Brown, Michael Smith, Nate McMillan. Larry Nance, Cleveland, of course, his Stacey King kid play. John Bagley. John Bagley, I do remember him pretty well. I don't remember how many seasons. These backs of these kind of stink, but very much a role guy. But I do really remember him. I wonder how long he was with the Celtics. Tim Perry, AC Green, famous for his abstinence. I think still not married. I don't know. Maybe he is, but Danny Manning. Had a Danny Manning basketball as a kid. I remember him not really having the NBA career just due to injuries, but when he was at Kansas, something else. So Jerry Reynolds, Hershey Hawkins, Willie Anderson, Adrian Dantley. Back to Nance. Olden Polynice. That is quite a name. Olden Polynice. 7 feet, 245, and not very good stats. I think he's like an assistant coach. Tom Tolbert. Hey, there's another Robert Parrish. Nice. Ed Neely. Another Brian Shaw. Tony Campbell. Cliff Robinson. That's really dramatic. Rainbow. David Wingate. I like the Michael Wiggins. Ken Norman. Dennis Rodman. Tyrone Muggsy Bogues. Muggsy 5'3", 140. That's just amazing. 5'3". That season, he averaged 10.7 assists per game and 9.4 points at 5'3". Shot 49% and 79% from three-point land. That's just unbelievable. I think you realize somebody's short, but like, I mean, my wife is like 5'6". I just can't imagine 5'3", like being and being a productive NBA player, not just like in the NBA, but like being good. It's just amazing. Jack Haley. Jack Haley, most famous for being Dennis Rodman's best buddy, and every team used to make him their last guy on the bench. Scott Skiles. If they had Rodman, he was kind of a package deal. He would be like the last guy on the bench, and tried to kind of keep him under control a little bit. So another Pippen, Greg Anderson, B.J. Armstrong, Randy Brewer. So when he was with the Spurs, I know they had brought him on. I think the Bulls did the same thing. I wonder where they would have originally crossed paths. Maybe Detroit. Michael Holton, Fred Roberts, Danny Young, Dana Barros, Blair Rasmussen, Smits. We've seen all these. Earvin Magic Johnson again, Steve Kerr, Larry Drew, Bernard King. Still waiting for that Reggie Lewis. I know that's out there because it was on the checklist. So getting a lot of random duplicates, but still no one that I want. Leonard Copeland, Barkley, Chapman. Ewing, Patrick Ewing. I think that's the first Ewing, actually. Brad Sellers, Manute Bull, Thurl Bailey, Bowie, Sigma, J.R. Reed, Billy Thompson, Michael Williams. Charles Smith, Danny Ainge again. Or Danny Ainge's numbers. So, a good year that year. 17.9 points, 6 assists. Not bad on the career up to that point. 12.4 points, 4.5 assists, 4.6. Michael Cage, John Cognac, Joe Klein, Byron Scott, and Brad Sellers, Timberwolves. Man, they had some sorry team. I mean, I don't even know who their star was there for a while. They didn't have one. When you draft Luke Longley, Christian Laettner, Glenn Rivers, Doc, Tyron Nix, Dan Marley again, Vlade, Joe Dumars, Brian Shaw, just a bunch of names we've seen. Another Larry Joe Bird, nice. Happy with that. Alright, we are getting kind of down there. So many, this old wax had so many cards in it. Randy Allen, Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges holding the championship trophy. He had Pickney, there's another one. I remember when he won the 3-point shooting contest one year. He came back to defend it, but the Bulls had cut him and nobody else had signed him, so he just wore like a Kevin Gamble, just like a T-shirt that said like All-Star Game or something like that. I remember thinking that was kind of funny. So, because that up till then, I don't think that had happened before. Any of those skills competitions and all that were kind of new. Jerome Lane, Nate McMillan, Terry Teagle. Nothing we haven't seen. Where is my Reggie Lewis? That's kind of my chase here. Tyrone Corbin. Maybe we haven't seen that one. Rodney McRae. Derek McKee. Moses Malone. Man, he looked old then. He must have been getting right towards the end. Grant Long. Jerome Pooh Richardson. I guess that was their star, I guess. Oof. 11.4 points. 6.5 assists. 6'1" guard, only shot 58% from the free throw line. That's pretty bad. So probably why he didn't have a longer career. David Greenwood. Reggie Lewis, come on. Ronnie Cycler, you've seen you. Larry Nance, seen you. Stacey King. John Bagley, looks like the third one of you. Detlef Shrimp. Tim Perry, A.C. Green, Danny Manning, Michael Williams. Oh, come on. We've seen all these before. Where is my Reggie Lewis? Mark Aguirre, Olden Polynice. Another Robert Parrish. That's like the third one of you. Brian Shaw. It's at least the third one. Sam Mitchell. Greg Kite. Danny Ferry. Used to be a GM. Got himself in a little trouble for some comments. Not a GM anymore. We're down to the last 4 packs. And no Reggie. So, let's make it happen here. Scott Skiles, assists record. Not this year, though. Not even that good. Had a million of these dudes. Huey Blob, James Donaldson, Mark Eaton, Rick Mahorn, Jim Peterson again. Come on. Scottie Pippen. Ugh. I don't think it's going to happen. It's not looking good. John Sunvold. Donald Royal. Timberwolves. Purvis Ellison, Sean Kemp, Glenn Rice, LaSalle Thompson, Michael Cooper, Clyde Drexler, Joe Barry Carroll. Come on. It's just not going to happen today. All these cards. Not going to get. Can't even fill up my Celtics. Oh, finally. There it is. Reggie Lewis. Man, didn't think I was going to get it. Second to last pack. Finally got it. So, tragically died on the court. Not in a game, but on the basketball court. Had a rare heart defect. So, 17 points a game. He was a good player. Really good role player. And kind of a budding star when he passed away. Jeff Martin, Jerome Kersey, I'm not even sure, James Worthy. Bill Cartwright. Zarko Pascal. Chris Mullen. It's funny. I didn't think it was going to happen. Second to last pack. So, Adrian Dantley, Patrick Ewing, Brad Sellers, Timberwolf, Manute, Thurl Bailey, Anthony Bowe, Jack Sigma, J.R. Reed, Billy Thompson. Okay. Todd Murphy, Vinny Del Fuego, Stevie Johnson, Kike Vandeweghe, Vern Fleming, and Adrian Dantley. So that was it for the Let's Remember Some guys. Got some nice Celtics here. Got some couple of Jordans. Not that they're super collectible, or this was just beyond mass produced, but nonetheless pretty cool for me. So got our bunch of Michael Smiths, Dennis Johnson, a couple of Larry Joe Birds, so it's nice. A couple of McHales, got a Reggie, bunch of Lakers here. I'll send these off to my Laker fan buddy. Got a Worthy, Cooper, Vladi, Scott, Drew, Earvin. So was I'll have to look at the checklist. I wonder if Kareem must not have been playing. But that is it for this video. So that was Let's Remember Some guys.